Hello everyone, my name is Joanne Chester. I'd just like to thank Tom and his campaign team for giving me the opportunity to come here this evening and present. I feel honoured, thank you so much. I'm just going to talk about my experiences of inequality in education through my lifetime. So education is extremely important to the deaf community, as it is important to everyone. You know, to have a good quality of life and to give you opportunities to succeed and to contribute to society. But unfortunately for deaf people and the deaf community, there's a lack of recognition of Irish Sign Language. Every deaf child deserves the opportunity to be educated through Irish Sign Language, but unfortunately that's not the case. If you have a good education, it means you get to go to third level, so it's extremely important that we have good quality education. I went to a mainstream school for 1 year, and I felt like a lost child in the classroom. I didn't really fit into that mainstream system, and I used to sit at the front of the class in front of the teacher because I was deaf, and the teacher would be speaking and I couldn't understand a single thing they were saying. So as a result, I used to act up in class, and I actually remember biting the girls in my class because I was so bored and frustrated. And even when I moved to a deaf school, I still encountered barriers growing up with communication. But you might not understand why there was barriers in a deaf school, but there was actually very poor educational guidance in the school and support available. So it's also extremely important to be educated through Irish Sign Language, as it's the first language of most deaf people in the country. I always wanted to become a journalist, but that never ended up coming to fruition because I was always told I couldn't do it or I wouldn't be able because I'm deaf. I was always advised to do a computer course because it would be easier for me. They thought it would be the easy option. But it shouldn't be like that. Like, I am a creative, talented person, and all my values were not recognized. They could just see the fact that I was deaf, and that was the educational institution's view of it. They just see the deafness first before the actual individual person themselves. I became very confused when I went to after school, because when I was in school I was really motivated, but I felt they robbed me of my confidence and the idea that I actually could achieve anything. So as I didn't know what to do, I had no confidence and I was really unsure. So after I did my evening cert, I did 3 PLC courses in a row because I didn't know what area I wanted to get into. So, and I also wasn't sure what I actually could had the ability to do. So it was a really negative view I had even of myself. I wasn't sure I'd be able to actually undertake anything. And there's a lack of vision and belief. The fundamental difficulty for me lies with the lack of vision and belief among those charged with the education of young deaf people. There was no real commitment to our passions and capacity to advance our preferred career paths. I'm now a full-time first-year degree student in youth and community and youth work in Maynooth University. It's a journey into a challenging world, but I managed to recover much of the spark and confidence that I had lost. So all my instinct and values and skills that I had came back to me all of a sudden as I suppressed them for so long, and I had lost my sense of belief in myself, but that's finally coming back. Over time I realized that it doesn't matter who you are, or every child has to deserve the right to achieve what they need to and to develop fully. And it's really important to have this ISL recognition and equality for the future of children in this country. Now, in many areas of life, in many facets of life every day, people face barriers. For example, employment, education, social services. There's a lack of public awareness about the deaf culture and deaf sign language, and lack of awareness about the deaf community. And that's why we are campaigning for ISL recognition here, to fully recognise Irish Sign Language, and we